Yeah. A bunch of people from the event were like, where were you? We wanted to see what the power of God would do. Where'd you go? We were trying to check on what the power of God would do. Where were you? We came all this way to find you to see what the power of God would do. And I was like, I have sat all day and got like 2 rides. And one was to the golf tournament, and that was all I took. And I got thousands and thousands of prayers. I got thousands and thousands of prayers about where was I. They came all this way. They wanted to know how the power of God works or something. And I was like, I don't know. Sorry. I sat all day yesterday. Didn't get anything. Literally, I took one person to that golf tournament. And I got like one other ride. And that was it. It was the most horrifying thing. While the United States bragged about butchering my flesh, working with evil God enemies to destroy my already spiritual death. Like, all the United States did was brag about what they've done to me. And of course I'm going to think it's 20 years ago and just keep attacking. And I just sat there for hours and hours and hours. So, of course, as a proper God, I sat where I knew I needed to put the power of God, and I was way behind putting the power of God anyway. So I sat in a few places where I knew I should have been sitting there more recently and didn't. And I just made use of being stuck for hours with no rides. And literally, I was just sitting there for hours with no ride. All day, 2 rides. And then I got thousands and thousands of prayers about where was I. They traveled so far to see the power of God or understand the power of God. Or see if I had a message about their families or them. And they couldn't find me because apparently the United States didn't even have me, I guess, registered to be clicking in to work. Oh, well. They're going to get every up yours in they can because, like, they're on seriously small, borrowed, barely any time. And they're all guilty. Countries know they're so sickeningly guilty. Like, they don't have anything good, so they're going to do whatever they fuck you can do. It's like, I'm sorry you guys came out here and didn't find out what the power of God does. And that's the only golf tournament. There's only one golf tournament per year. And so yeah, if they didn't get to meet the power of God, they have to wait till next year. If that's the only kind of sport or fun thing they like to travel out for. So, I don't know. I guess I'll just try to I'll really try to be here next January so that they can get a ride and see what the power of God does. If that's the only time they come out here. And I'll just do it that way. Since, like, I don't know what else I would do anyway. But, no. And then there was some rich guy saying, oh my gosh, 80,000 people can't stand her. Some rich guy kept saying and saying and saying and saying and saying, oh my gosh, 80,000 people and nobody can stand her. Oh my gosh, 80,000 people and nobody can stand her. And it's like, you know, you're doing that right as thousands of people are praying, where were you, to me. But okay. At some point I was like, he was saying that like for hours until I was like, you know what, I'm going to post that that's not really true. But like, whatever.